This video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Stay tuned till the end of the video to learn more. Recently, I decided it was time to continue my arcade series, which I bill as kind of a comfy look at real-life arcade and arcade delights. I was all ready to go. I had my tokens in hand, my cameras were ready to roll, and then, out of nowhere, my cat needed surgery. I mean, look at this. Look at my sad, sad cat. I can't leave this cat home alone, could you? But I still want to go to an arcade. I still got an itch that I need to scratch. So we're gonna do the next best thing here and take a look at the Coin Game, which is an arcade simulator computer game experience that I reviewed a couple of years ago. Back then, the game was in early access, totally unfinished, and I was doing more of a first look kind of deal, focusing mainly on Larry's Arcade, which, by the way, is still kicking. Still a pretty fun place to visit. I love my Dunko. Today, the game is still in early access. As far as I know, it's still being developed by just one person who's just hacking away, adding arcade machines and different features. So even though it's not a complete experience yet, they've added a bunch of content that I haven't yet covered. The UFO arcade is open, for instance. It's got a ton of great games. It also has a go-karts, which is it's okay. But it also has laser tag, which is actually one of my favorite activities that's currently in the Coin Game. Very nostalgic, lots of fun, but today I'd like to take a look at an area that I've never seen before. So no UFO arcade and no street side carnival, because I visited both on stream a couple times before. Instead, we're gonna head to the northwest coast of Islandville to visit a brand new, albeit still in development, arcade that I've heard has popped out around down there. One-Eyed Billy's Adventure and Fun Center. We've arrived during their grand opening, and thankfully it appears that we are welcome. The arcade is located at the bottom of this dark, moody hill, and the building's sandcastle exterior is plastered with neon signs and flashing marquee lights that really draw you in. And there he is! There's One-Eyed Billy, or I guess I'm just assuming that's One-Eyed Billy. He's got a very Olmec presence about him. There's also a decorative boat located right off the dock here, which I think is a nice touch. The nautical outside of this arcade makes me extremely curious to find out what is going to be on the inside, so let's waste no more time with that. One-Eyed Billy's is a dimly lit fun center filled with a number of entertaining diversions and painstakingly recreated classic arcade experiences. One of the complaints with the previous videos in the arcade series is that I haven't talked about typical high-scoring arcade games like your Pac-Mans or your Time Crises. And that trend is gonna have to continue for a little while longer because the Coin Game is a ticket redemption game simulator. So it's filled with games that test your reaction time or games of chance, which I tend to prefer more than regular arcade games, honestly. I can't help it, I just like to win tickets. I don't even really need to redeem them for anything of value. I just gotta get that ticket. But I do want to include some non-ticket redemption games down the line, some top score stuff. I just need to get into a physical arcade first. For now, let's check out the arcade games that are available in this arcade full of arcade games. Let's start with something simple, shall we? Super Hoops is a type of basketball arcade game that I see in virtually every arcade that I visit. Sometimes the backboards move around to try and give you some more of a challenge, but otherwise the idea seems to be exactly the same no matter the machine. Best either a high score or a friend by sinking the most shots in a limited amount of time. I practically never play these games in real life, for I am physically weak and uncoordinated. I can tell jokes. That's about all I got going for me. Basketball's not really on the map. So I'm not really interested in publicly humiliating myself as I attempt to shoot hoops. But since this is a virtual experience, I've got virtually nothing to worry about, right? It's not that exciting though, it's just shooting hoops. If your favorite movie is Like Mike, Space Jam, or Air Bud, maybe check this one out. Right next door to Super Shoot is Power Puck, a bright neon air hockey table. Air hockey is a timeless classic, in my opinion. I mean, who doesn't love slapping that puck around? It's a very pleasingly tactile game, and the sound of the puck barreling into the goal is incredibly satisfying. The group of robots I was playing against here seemed pretty friendly, although they were very one-sided in their cheering, I must say. And I know that I am a human visitor in this robot-filled town, so this is gonna come off as a little meh, but I don't trust these guys. Like, I don't know everything there is to know about robots, but this seems pretty suspicious, right? This seems like maybe someone is cheating. Captain's Quarters Shooting Gallery is freaking sweet. It's a very faithful recreation of the arcade shooting gallery. You shoot a target and you watch something happen. It's like playing a humongous entertainment game. I think the coin game version of the arcade shooting gallery could use some more head swaying around, like when you're trying to aim. Give me some jittery hands or something to make it a little more difficult. And again, this game, this arcade in particular even, is still in development, so these might be changes that are coming. Just a thought I had. Let's move over to the actual arcade section of One-Eyed Billy's, which is a lot of fun. It's got a lot of memorable classics to choose from. For instance, I don't think it's possible for me to visit an arcade and not give Cyclone at least one try. Or, Typhoon in this case. Sure, the game is infamously rigged on a payout timer, much like a slot machine is, but I really like slot machines too, so that argument doesn't really work with me. I still want to hit the jackpot. If you're not careful though, you can easily find yourself getting sucked into this game. In some cases, you might be physically unable to pull away without playing a few more rounds. The bad news is that you're officially addicted to winning tickets, but the good news is that these games are a lot less rigged in the coin game, so you might actually have a shot. Octo Squirrel. Swirl, Octo Swirl. This is one of those bullshit timed puck placement games, much like, not Black Hole. It's not Black Hole, it's something space. You push a button and the machine dispenses a puck, and it slowly slides down towards the edge. Wherever that puck ends up is how many tickets you win. I hate these things in real life. They're straight up trial and error, and the placement where you have to get the puck has to be so exact, it's very frustrating for me. In the coin game though, anything is possible, especially jackpots. A lot of these games that are in real life very random chance become conquerable in the coin game, and I think that's one aspect that really draws me in. Oh my God. I really hate that these guys are always like watching me over my shoulder while I'm playing something. Like a little breathing room here. Oh, look who I'm talking to. You guys don't know the first thing about breathing. I guess there's no other choice. I'll have to resort to bullying because bullying gets results. Now listen here, you bananas in pajamas motherfucker. You give me some space when I'm gaming, bro. I'm a very sensitive gamer, bro, and I need my space, bro. Okay, next up is Ticket Toboggan, which is a remake of the classic Smokin' Token, which is... Look at this vlogger here ruining my shot. What do you want, dude? I was vlogging this before you, man. Get in line. Ah, shit! Ah! Okay, well, after being assaulted by what is essentially my replacement, a robot YouTuber, I think I need a break. Luckily, even though it appears that I am the only non-machine living in this town, there is a pizzeria in One-Eyed Billy's. Do the robots eat anything? I don't think so. I think this is my own personal pizzeria. My own special wood-fried pizza.
What can I get for you there, big winner? Sounds good. I'll fire one up fresh for you right now.
I sure hope one day I'm gonna be able to order a water with melted ice or some Moz sticks, because those both sound very appetizing. The small arcade in front of Pirate Pizza still has a few more experiences, and all of them are pretty much worth checking out at least once. There's Lava Mayhem, which is a, well, it's not a coin pusher, but it's similar. I've never played one of these before, but I know there are similar dozer type games where instead of coins that are being pushed, you push little spheres. I just don't know if those have a different name. Sphere pusher? I don't know. Lava Mayhem is like an Aztec-themed sphere pusher, and it's pretty fun. I'd really like to try one of these out in real life sometime because the objectives of the game seem much more attainable with these orb pushers versus a traditional coin pusher. You can aim for goals and objectives, like this one here, you're trying to slam dunk 3 shots before you spin a wheel. It's almost like a coin pusher meets a pinball machine. Almost. Pile Arrow Pointing Upwards is a recreation of a stacker type game that's physics-based. I mean, it's digital, it's on a screen, but it's simulated physics, digital physics. It's pretty simple. You stack boxes as high as you can without toppling them over. I'm just very bad at this one, especially with the added pressure of being relentlessly observed by my mechanical overlords. Pirate Plunder is a more forgiving version of Fishbowl Frenzy, which is really just a basic Plinko board, which you think that I would enjoy. But I always get screwed in Fishbowl Frenzy, man. I can't explain it. Just fuck fishbowls in general. Don't even mention a fishbowl around me unless you're prepared to get thrown off of a bridge. Wheels Up is a recreation of, don't tell me, Gear Up? Gear It Up? I want to say Gear It Up, but that's an awful name. There's no way that it's called Gear It Up. Like, what does that even mean? You time a ball to go up the thing, and then it goes up the thing, and then it goes up the thing. Spin the wheel. It's fine. It's no Dunko, though. But don't you fear, because I saved the best arcade machine for last. Pick Your Treasure is a remake of Colorama Roulette, which I just have a huge soft spot for. This is just straight up roulette, gambling for kids. You pick a color, the thing spins around, and wherever the ball lands, that's what pays out. Outside of betting the odds, it's a completely random game, but it's still one that I always loved. It's bright and colorful, and it's also just really fun to watch because of the spinning, moving parts. And while Pick Your Treasure is still pretty fun in the coin game, it's just no replacement for the real thing, I must say. Like, there are Colorama machines that let you play with other people, so multiple people can gamble at once. Everyone's huddled around this roulette table cheering, ah! It's just very exciting. And again, the physical element of the game, the moving physical parts, are a big reason why I love this experience. And you just can't recreate that virtually. But even though it's not a direct replacement for a full trip to Colorama Roulette, it is still a fun diversion and a reminder of what it was once like to go to an arcade. So, I mean, that's good. Speaking of fun, recommended special, and any other adjectives that I just used, let's check out One-Eyed Billy's specialist, most unique attraction, the Putt-Putt Mini Golf. Is Putt-Putt trademarked? I guess I could Google it. Was it called a Putt-Putt before Putt-Putt the place existed? Or did Putt-Putt just name itself after Putt-Putt and then we all just kind of assumed that all Putt-Putt were Putt-Putts? Or all Putt-Putts were Putt-Putt, I guess. I actually really enjoyed the mini golf. I mean, it's very straightforward, very no frills, but it's pretty fun. It reminds me of a GTA golfing diversion or something similar. More of a casual diversion than a really intense, in-depth mini golf experience. I will say that I was very, very bad at it, very extremely bad, but it was a lot of fun. A little bit janky, but you know, it's the kind of jank that I like. And that, for now, is One-Eyed Billy's. Clearly still an in-progress arcade. You can even see a space right here where they seem to be planning to expand at some point in the future. But the games they have now are definitely worth the trip. It's a very atmospheric arcade. I really love the running water features. It almost reminds me of a hotel lobby, and I freaking love hotel lobbies. I have books about hotel lobbies. Is that weird? Before I headed out though, I decided to see what I was able to purchase with the tickets that I had won.
If it isn't the big winner.
There were a number of tempting options, I must say, but I settled for this very on-brand lava lamp.
Can't keep those in stock.
And that pretty much concludes my peaceful visit to this relaxing virtual arcade. Okay, I gotta know though, how did you feel about this video? It wasn't quite a game review, it was more of a tour of a virtual space. I'd like to tour some more real-life spaces soon, obviously, but putting this together was really interesting. It's not something I'd ever considered before. I'm wondering if there might not be some other virtual spaces that I might like to tour without doing a full game review. So let me know what you think. How did you like it? You know, that typical stuff. What do people ask for now? Does liking do anything? I don't really know. What about subscribing? Hey everybody, it's me, Yummy Milk Ian. I'm the highest quality, I'm a great source of vitamin A and D, and I'm also sponsored by HelloFresh. By now, you've probably already heard about America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. You already know that they ship delicious seasonal recipes and fresh, pre-measured ingredients right to your door, and heck, you might already be a customer yourself. But that's not gonna stop me from talking about them some more, because I'm Yummy Milk Ian, and I'm gonna make that cash, damn it. It's like my mom always said to me. Despite my notorious pickiness when it comes to food, HelloFresh continues to crush it with their ever-changing catalog of recipes. There's a few staple meals that I have in my regular weekly rotation, like these Asian meatballs. I'd eat these every night, no complaints. But their rotating seasonal offerings are often too tempting to stick to a rigid meal plan. It's just so much fun sampling the new recipes, and they're always delicious. HelloFresh meals usually only take about 30 minutes to prepare, but you can trim that time down even further with HelloFresh's 20-minute quick and easy options. And did I mention that you're not having to go to the grocery store to get all of this stuff? Think of what you could do with all that extra time. Think of all the milk you could drink. And also think of how many times you've had to buy more of an ingredient than you need at the grocery store. Since HelloFresh pre-portions all of their food and their packaging is almost entirely recyclable, I end up with way less trash and wasted food than when I shop at a traditional grocery. All in all, I'm a big fan of HelloFresh, and now I'm going to give you some savings that are as thick and delicious as my yummy milk is. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code brutalmoose14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com, code brutalmoose14. You get 14 free meals and free shipping. I'm Yummy Milk Ian, and I want to thank HelloFresh for the sponsorship, and I want to also thank you, the viewer, for listening to my HelloFresh spiel. You know, some people are gonna click away when they see Yummy Milk Ian pop up on screen, and that's okay. I get it, I understand, but I get so lonely sometimes.